guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me as always. I'm going to tell you a variant of a variant. I know that sounds funny. So there's a variant of the park shrimp called the GD park shrimp, and I'm just going to tell you a slight variant on that, and it's just because I don't have all the materials for the GD park shrimp. So that's the wee fly there. Now, looks like a hairy wee beastie, but don't forget that Arctic fox will reduce by half in the water. So I'm going to show you how to sort of put it together, if you like. The hook and the vise is a Partridge Patriot double in black nickel. The thread we're going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So we're just going to come in and get our thread started a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook, run on a few mil of thread and remove the waist tag of thread. Now the tag at the back and the rib for the rear body is crystal flash. So I'm just looking 2 strands to create our tag. So just snipped off 2 strands here. Just going to offer these up to the hook. Just going to tie them in on top and on the way down. I'm just going to, just the way you would tie in a oval gold or silver tinsel for your tag. I'm just going to come down until I'm in line with the points of the hooks, and then I'm going to come around with 3 or 4 turns. Just going to come back, just get these to tighten up. 3 or 4 turns of the crystal flash just to create our tag. On the last turn, bring it up, and in between the 2 hooks, just come around with a turn to hold. Now, just going to run my thread up sort of way to the midpoint. Don't need the both of them for the rib, so I'm just going to come in at this point and trim a strand of the crystal flash away. Just fold this back on itself and then bring the thread back down a couple of turns. Now on the way back down, the rear body is going to be black floss. You can just use the thread. You don't need to use the black floss, and if you're going to use the thread, then I would suggest starting off with a UTC thread or a flat thread rather than the uni thread, which is round. Now I'm just going to come down to meet my tag and then just run my thread back up again. Now, there's a bit to this wee fly, so you gotta leave yourself plenty of room at the front. So we'll just come up with our floss, just overlapping turns up the first part of the body, which would be the rear. A couple of turns will secure that in. Come in and trim away the floss. Then you can bring up your crystal flash for your rib, and you're looking 3 turns up the body of the crystal flash. Follow this round with your thread. A couple of turns to hold. Going to fold the flash back. Couple of turns over the top, come in and trim away the excess. Now that's the body. Now we're going to put the tail on here, or the wing, if you like, whatever you like to call it, the first wing. Now the first part is 2 parts. So this is just Sunburst. It's been dyed more to the orange side, and then this is Sunburst. It's been dyed more till the yellow side. Now you're not looking to go crazy. You just small pinches of this stuff will do this. So just taking a pinch, just getting rid of all or most of the guard hair. And you want the first part just the way you would tie a park shrimp or a Calvin shrimp. You're going to tie the tail. So just taking a measurement there, sort of way the length of the hook. Then we'll come in with our yellow. Pinch of that. Just get rid of most of the guard hairs. Now you want this to be longer, so I'm going to tie this on at about twice the length of the hook over the back, around with a pinching loop. A couple of turns just to secure that in place. We'll come back in with our orange again. a pinch of this. And there's a bit to it, but it's not hard to tie, guys. You just want your top orange to be roughly the same length as your bottom section of orange, and just secure that in. Just want to come in just to see what way you're sitting. Just always have a wee check. Come in then, I'm going to trim this away in a bit of a tapered cut because we have a wing to put on at the front. Then we're just going to run our thread up, just hang in the excess of the Arctic foxtail, just to there. Now I'm going to put a rib on. The front body is going to be light bright, but the rib I'm going to use is just a wee bit of wire, just to protect it. This is the ultra wire in hot yellow. You don't have to use the wire as a rib for the front. It wasn't required in the original GD park shrimp. Now I'm just going to bring my thread up tight against her tail. I'm going to reach up here and get a wee bit of gold light bright. You don't need too much, just a small pinch. Light bright dubs dead easy. Just knock this on the thread. Right, don't want to put it on too tight, because I want to brush some of this out. I think it's going forward to sweep it back. A couple of turns in front. Then we can bring up our wire. And you're looking 3 turns of the wire just through the light bright, round with a turn, and then a couple of turns will secure the wire in, and then you can bend and break away. Now it looks like a bit of a mess at the minute, but it'll all come together at the end. Now I'm just going to come in with a wee bit of Velcro. Just be careful of your thread here. Just take it out of the way and just bring out some of the light bright. Then I just come in with my toothbrush, good old Norman Wisdom, and just brush all that back. Then bring our thread back up into position. Now the wing on the original pattern was a black opossum. I'm just going to use, this is just fin raccoon. So I just want to get a nice pinch of the fin raccoon. You're not looking too much of this here, just a small amount will do. Trim that away, just remove any of the under fur. And you want your fin raccoon sort of way coming halfway or so into the tail. Just hold that on top, pinch and loop. Take a couple of turns. Now, just want to come in and just spread it out over the shank of the hook with my thumbnail, and then you can come in and trim away the excess. I'm just going to bring my thread down over the cut ends and back up into position. Now the hackle that I'm going to use next, this is a Sunburst orange cock hackle that I've dyed myself. So I'm just going to take a small feather. I'm not going to fold the tips back, I'm just going to trim away the tip just to leave a wee tag end to tie in with. And I'm just going to come in with my scissors, stroke back the fibres on the hackle, just do one turn in front of the other. Now you got to be mindful with I'm going to put a bit of swan and stuff on here just to highlight the head and then of jungle cock. So I'll turn in a bit of the Sunburst cock hackle is going to do. Come in, trim away the excess. Then I'm going to come in and put in this is just swan, or sorry, goose stiff, and dyed a kingfisher blue. Now you're only looking sort of way 2 to 3 strips either side. So I've got the first strip off here for your side, and you just want this around about the same length as your fin raccoon, or slightly shorter. It's up to you which way you put the blue in, the blue swan. It's entirely up to you. Then I'm going to come in and get 3 from the left side of the feather, and all I do is just take my needle. Hopefully you can see this. The camera that I'm using doesn't really have a big enough screen, but I'm just taking another, just run it up the feather until you've got what you need, and then you can just tear it away. Then you just want to put the shape into it, and you want these to the same length if you can. Just do your best. The water will pull them in for you anyway once this wee fly's had a swim. Just want to have a wee check now, just to see what way we're sitting. Okay, happy enough with that. So just come in at this point, just delicately, just trim away the excess of the swan. Just going to come in, hold everything in position, and bring my thread down to the eye, and back up. Now, we're not looking too bad, we're getting there. The front hackle, it's going to be a badger hackle, dyed yellow. Like I say, you could change it up, you could put I tied another one there where I had the yellow hackle in front, and then I put an orange badger hackle on. It'll do the wee fly no harm. And plus, look, this is what it's about, just changing stuff up and original patterns and stuff like that. The fly should still work, it's still the same colour combination. Same again, just brought my tip out. I'm going to come in, trim the tip of the hackle away, offer this up to the hook, tie that in, come in with my scissors, run it up the stem of the hackle. That'll get it the hackle to start to fold back for you, and then you can come around with one turn in front of the other. Same again here, I'm probably only going to look at maybe 2 turns here maximum of the badger hackle, because we've still got our jungle cock to put on after this. It's going to do me there. I'm going to follow that around with my thread. A couple of tight turns to secure. Come in and trim away the hackle. Now at this point we'll just take the opportunity to come in and sweep everything back. Just going forward to the eye. And you're just putting the base of thread down here as well for your jungle cock. Now we're not looking too bad. It's a bright wee fly, a bit to it, but it's a good wee pattern. Now we just want to get 2 small jungle cock eyes. Now if you don't have jungle cock eyes, don't be worrying about it, just tie it without it. Like I said, do the fly no harm. Said that before, but grand. I'm just getting these lined up in my hand at the minute here. I'm just going to stroke back the fibres that I don't need on the eyes. Just offer this up to the hook. Just hold them on the hook. They're just loose, soft turns, and then we'll come in and see what way we're sitting here. Just make sure these are to the same length, because if they're not, you'll get out onto the river. No, I would get out onto the river and not fish it. Now I'm just going to tighten up. Then we're going to fold the stems back of the jungle cock, and then we can tighten up on our head. Now a couple of wee fibres there. Just take your time. You're in no rush tying these. I want just to sit down and enjoy your tan. The more ration, the more experience you get, the faster you'll get. Now you just come in, keeping your thread tight, break away the stems of the jungle cock, and then we're just going to come in and throw in a whip finish. You tidy the head up here at the same time. Pull your thread tight. Come in, trim away your tan thread. Now that's the wee pattern done. Now it looks bulky. It's just because of the hair, the fox. But once that's in the water, it's going to be really mobile, this wee fly. I'm just going to come in with my super glue. Just take your time, just onto the head, the whole way right round. And then once that dries, guys, as always, I'll come in, stop that from under the eye, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal the head up. So there you go, folks. That's just a variant of a variant, as I said at the start. So that's just a variant of the GD Park shrimp. Now, what's different there is the blue highlights in the wing on the GD Park shrimp. That's dyed blue Amherst. So I've just changed it out for the materials that I have. So look, hope you enjoyed that. Tie a few up. Hopefully it can catch you a few fish. As always, many thanks for taking the time to tune in to view the video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Helps the wee channel out, helps the wee channel grow, because I really do enjoy doing the videos for YouTube. And until next time, guys, please stay safe and tight lines.